Stacey Shildroth with 360 Yield Center, and today we're going to be talking about our long-term storage and our short-term storage for our calibration bottles. Now the machine comes with quite a few calibration bottles that can be confusing, so we just want to walk you through this process and point out when you use each of these bottles and when you're going to need each of them. So as you can see, when you get your machine here, it's going to come with these little bottles on your nitrate sensor and your reference sensor, and this is considered your long-term storage bottles. So we're going to use those for anything over 24 hours in storage. So if you know you're not going to be using your machine for 2 or 3 days, we're going to want to have these storage bottles on. And now here, this one's identified as the NO3N storage bottle. It goes on the gray sensor right here. And I'm going to take them off just so we know what they are too and where they're coming from. But this one you always store dry. So your gray sensor, remember to keep it dry when it's in long-term storage. Now that's a little bit different on the red sensor here. The red sensors are reference electrode. And we're going to pull this one off. This one comes off just a little bit hard. And this one's identified as the reference electrode storage bottle. It has an indication on there that you fill it with standard solution. If you fill it about 3/4 or half the way full and let it soak in there, you should be good to go on that for storage. So make sure that you always have your red reference electrode in long-term storage stored wet in about 3/4 of standard solution. And you do just want to use the standard solution that comes along with your machine. So this is what you use. Pour about 3/4 into this little bottle and put it onto your red reference electrode. And I'm going to set those aside for right now. And we're going to talk a little bit about the calibration bottle. This is the 4-chamber calibration bottle. This is new. It's designed so that it can be used with both the red reference electrode and the gray nitrate sensor on our new nitrate sensor design. And you can see it's kind of got a cloverleaf shape here. It's got 4 chambers on it, so we call it the 4-chamber calibration bottle. And this is what we use for short-term storage. And now what we do is we take our standard solution, we give it a good shake just to mix things up. And then we're going to pour it about up to the 3/4 line here. There's a thin manufacturing line on here that you can see, and if you fill it up to about this far right up, that will allow you plenty of standard solution in there so that your sensors can soak. So we're going to put it on here. We're just going to let that set on the sensor shelf. Have both our nitrate sensor and our red reference electrode sitting in that to soak. And now when you start at the beginning of the day and you know that you want to test during the day, let those sensors soak in the calibration bottle in the standard solution for at least 1 hour before you start your calibration testing and your soil testing. So we are going to go and we're going to open up our app here, and I've already have the machine paired. I'm going to go to calibrate. I'm going to press soak sensor, and then I'm going to calibrate the sensor. This is the first step that you do at the beginning of the day when you're ready to start using your machine. So as we mentioned, you're going to want to be calibrating with your 4-chamber bottle on. Okay, so we've completed our calibration, and you can see it takes us to step 1 of 4 to prepare soil on the Analyze page. And now when we're there, we want to leave on our standard solution that's in the 4-chamber bottle, because it's essential that your sensors are soaking in this 4-chamber bottle while you're running your soil test, because each time we press this mix soil button to begin our mixing process, our sensors are actually recalibrating themselves in the standard solution. So when you don't have your standard solution on but you're running a test, you're going to get an error message. So it's absolutely essential to leave on your standard solution in your 4-chamber bottle while you're running through the mixing stage on the analysis page of that.